was that?
I hit the button, but I was in the wrong window. And anyway,
Oh
welcome to the
man.
Daily HiFi Podcast. We do this every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern. My name is Chana. We've got Mr. Joe and Tell in the house. What's going on, Joe?
What's going on? I have an announcement for the people who are early here. I am now officially a shill for
Trinov. It's the other side.
Trinov. Look at that. You want to, if a company wants to promote, they just got to send me a sweater. If I need to wear it, I got this at NAM, which is funny because I own no Trinov products. I think their stuff is probably excellent, considering the price. But they just gave me a sweater. They're like, hey, what's up? They remember us from last time. Remember we did the little birthday celebration thing? They were doing a giveaway.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
So they are doing a giveaway, right, of a Trinov Nova. So NAM is more for like music production on the production side. It's not for the Trinov Altitude stuff for home theater, but it kind of uses the same optimizer. And anyway, they gave one away, and imagine this is like a expensive device. I don't know, $3,000 or something like that. And when they announced the winner, they were just like, "All right, well, we're gonna announce." I'm like, "No, that's not how you do a giveaway. If you're gonna give away something $3,000, you better make a scene." I'm like, "Chana, show them how it's done, right?" And he goes, "Hey!" He gets all loud. "Everybody, we're gonna do a giveaway!" And got a big old crowd.
For Trinov? Let me hear it say Trinov.
Yeah, he did the whole DJ thing, right? And and the Trinov guys are more like kind of like reserved and like they're very technical, but they're just like
most of them are engineers, man. That's the funny part.
They looked at Chana like, wow, that's how you do it. So anyway, they remembered us from last time when we saw him. Like, oh, I remember you and Techno Dad. But anyway, so they gave me this sweater, which is actually very nice quality material, right? So that's my review of Trinov. Nice quality material sweaters. But one thing I gotta say, they have a weird thing on the back where I feel weird about wearing this out.
What
they have very engineering and like I feel like their marketing is not like not on point. All right, so imagine this for people who do like mixing, right? If you were to see me on the street and you saw this on the back.
Wait. Sounds better than your master. Oh, my rough mix sounds better than your master.
Doesn't that sound like mad rude? I think what they're saying is like,
that could be taken a lot of different ways.
Isn't it kind of? I guess what they're trying to say is like the Trinov Nova sounds so good that when you're just there making your music, it already sounds better than most people's like final thing, right?
Right. You're in between. You're like middle process is what would sound better for somebody's final product. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think somebody would see this and say like, the heck is what's up? What does that mean?
They'd say that's some racist ass shit. That's what they'd say,
My rough mix. I know people give me looks like, okay. So I don't wear this out now, just for you guys.
Yeah, right. Oh my goodness.
What's up,
actually,
everybody?
I have some. I have the tiger. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Look at his avatar. I love it. Did you see it? The tiger. Oh. Yeah. See, Michael Squires gets it. Hey, Michael. I tried to friend you on Facebook. I need to ask you some questions about this Onkyo. If you guys don't know, I'm back at the house right now because I got a delivery of some speakers yesterday and some new subs. So like, here, I'll give you. Don't worry, Joe. I got it.
Well, I was gonna say, like, you have to prove it because it could be a green screen.
Boom. What is that? Do you see that?
That looks very perliciny.
It looks perliciny because it is a perliciny. It's very persnickety.
Hey, go back to that real quick. That's my friend's company. Look at it. Go back. They're also from. The owners are also from Cal Poly Pomona. See that SoCal back there?
Oh, SoCal Fence.
Yeah, those are my dudes. What's up to Rudy
Nice.
and Johnny over there? Making
Rudy and
money.
Johnny, what up?
Yep.
What up? What up? So those are the Perlissons, and then these are also the
Damn, you got
Perlissons.
the Perlissons, bro. Now I gotta. Maybe I have to come and visit. I got to visit to check that one out. That one might be worth a trip.
2 of these R10Ss, and then 2 of the T5S.
Yeah, I might have to.
T5S. Yes.
I don't know, but hey, your studio setup might have to change up its front stage.
I don't think I can keep these things, Joe. That's the thing. I'm actually trying to keep the subs. If I can keep both subs, that'll be cool.
Imagine Perlissons on your whole your whole like 7, what is it? How many channels you got? 9 now?
9
ear level.
That's too much, man. These things are already taking up a lot of space, and they're small. And they're small. Also, like, I would rather have them at home. Okay, so here's what's happening at home. So I'm at my mom's house. Let's quickly jump over to here. So as you can see, so these white speakers are the RBH, and then the I-85 or whatever, and then we got the new Onkyo RZ30 in there. And I'm just since the Perlissons came, I'm putting those in the studio, and then these ones are kind of over here. And since this is a 9-channel AVR, this is a 9-channel setup here, so it just makes sense. And then I'll have the 2 ELAC subs here, the 12-inch and the 10-inch. But my mom's kitchen finally got remodeled, and she's kind of like going through and kind of clearing out a whole bunch of old stuff. And we have the TV room. Joe, this is where I had the very first 7.1 setup.
I know the TV room. You got, instead of the main listening position being in the center, it's like to the side where you just lay down on the couch.
Yeah, you just lay the fuck down.
It's the sidewall. Perfect placement.
What do you call it? Getting rid of those. I'm like, Mom, this is perfect. She's like, oh, I think there's some water damage, so we need to get all the stuff out of here and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wait a second. If you're getting all that stuff out of there, what should we put in there? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, let's get rid of all this junk. You know, like those old tower, like instead of like a rack that you would hide, you have them on display because it's like right in there's that Sony SVHS video, tape player. There's a DVD player. There's a tape deck, dual-headed Denon tape deck on one side, and then fucking, my AVR 4800 and a Parasound 2-channel. I'm thinking about snagging that Parasound 2-channel app and bringing it up here because the Onkyo's got RCA pre-outs, and that Parasound will do 200 watts per channel into 4 ohms. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I could do with all this old stuff hanging around here. But I was thinking that's some old garbage Samsung TV down there. And since I have all these new TVs are like 75 inches or whatever, I think I could convince my friends at TCL to send me one of those. And instead of doing a big home theater down there, take out the 2 couches.
A projector finally. Do you have the space there?
No.
You can't even just like a.
It's still like a dude. There's a big bay window. There's all kinds of stuff. So
do you not know about like the light rejecting screens? Like you saw the one in my living room. That's bright. It's bright in the living room. You can still see.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm thinking a big TV, and this would be a great place to review sound bars because it's got the perfect ceiling for it. I don't want
a projector hater.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're okay. If there was I guess I'd have to get some sort of screen to project
this company reached out to me to do. It was like, it's the whole entertainment unit, right? And then the screen comes out of the entertainment unit, and then if you put an ultra short throw, that thing is like hidden inside, and then it comes out.
Oh, what do you call it? I did a video about one of those. Hisense has it.
Yeah,
It's
this
a full-on
was another
thing.
company that wanted to send me the whole thing. I'm like, I just don't have room. Like, I don't know where I would put that. So, oh yeah, another shill right here. Shilling, shilling like a villain.
How about the ultimate shill? Spatial audio calibration toolkit. Pick yours up. There's still a promotion going on. Tips 15 will get you 15% off. Tips.
And you made that video, and my phone is just like, what's going on over there?
Yeah,
people must like that video.
Yeah, it's got like 16,000 views in like 2 days. That's pretty good for me.
Wow. David Cook ordered some pearlescent in walls, and he has a 7.4.4 LCRs behind the AT screen, and he can't wait to run Magic Beans. Now that I'll shill. I will shill that, and I will shill this too. Spatial toolkit. The thing is, I don't feel bad about it because we made these things. We put it was hard work. We made these things, and it's stuff that I think people want and what people need.
Yeah,
it's something that wasn't out there. So who's gonna do it? We need to start paying. We need to start making shirts and having other people shill our stuff, mugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. Hey, Van Gool. So I ran into Van Gool. He's like, "Hey, Chana," like right across the street from the studio. He's like, "Hey, Chana." I was like, "What?" I was at the gelato spot.
That's Van Gool?
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, I didn't know that's Van Gool. You showed a picture. I'm like, I'm not. Who's that? If you would have said Van Gool, I would have been
no, not Van Gool, not Van Gool.
Okay,
Raz Al Ghul.
Oh, okay. Oh man, you're mixing things up now,
dude. I don't know. It's been a long day.
Anyway,
so yeah, I'm excited to see what I can get going on here at the house now that there's another room where I could possibly review some other equipment that I couldn't normally review because, ceilings, that kind of thing. But I don't know, projector, that's tough. We'll see.
You can get a big old projector though. Oh, it was nothing projector that I was talking about.
Well, let's see. What is it?
Here, let me bring it up and then
bring it up.
Tell me this would be kind of nice, This is a change up. But I get it. If it's mostly going to be your mom going to use that system, you just want the quickest. She just wants to watch something real quick, and I get it. So just know that I get it. But just also know, check this out.
I was thinking, get rid of both of those couches and get a row of 3. Nothing. It's actually called nothing projector.
Look at.
Oh, yeah, Van Gool. Sorry, man. I got confused. My bad. Sure. Roll AT. Hey, that's not bad.
So it all just rolls down. They have some with a projector also, but look, something like this. 120.
Wow, what are the dimensions of that thing? But the only problem with that is the wait, is that like a full-on cabinet?
Yeah, it's the cabinet.
So you can put your other stuff in there, like receivers.
Oh, I don't know what these other things are here, but they look like they have venting.
So because I think she needs to have whatever her cable box or whatever. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know anything about this, to be honest. But it looks cool.
I mean, with that, I could put that anywhere, really.
I just think it's kind of a cool setup. Like if you have 120-inch ultra short throw, so the ultra short throw is going to be what you need if it's going to be in a place with ambient light.
Yeah.
And then these screens are made to reject the light coming from the sides or from the ceiling, right? So it'll still look bright. And these projectors are starting to get so bright that it can compensate for any ambient light. But anyway, the reason why we can't do it because our kid she practices soccer in our living room, and she's gonna trip over this thing that comes out. So that's not good. Anyway,
because you guys kind of have the TV just on, right? Most of the time.
No, I have mine comes down from the ceiling, kind of like. So I don't need that. Anyway.
Yeah. So I'm getting excited because, like, dude, get rid of those couches. Contact the people at Valencia because they still send Christmas presents. You know what I'm saying? Contact them. Just get a row of 3. I think would fit in that space in the main listening position, and then my mom could just fall asleep, just recline in that thing. You know, she can just recline in front of a 120-inch thing.
So what's the video? It's gonna be setting up a home theater for my mom.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. We'll see, because if you go ultra short throw, then whoopsie, mute you. If we go ultra short throw, because I don't want to put like speakers, like a bunch of speakers in that room. That's because it's you know, they all will walk around and people are always in there. So like I know somebody wants to send me a sound bar, so that could work.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Boo.
Yeah, but forward me that person for that thing.
Yeah,
that might actually work.
Call it? I could imagine your mom just like, you could set up this crazy system, but she's so chill. She'd just be like, "This is nice, Chana." Like, she just seems like she'd just be like,
she's like,
she doesn't seem very excitable.
Very good, very good. No,
very good,
very good, very good. Oh, this will do. This will do.
This will do. Got like a $20,000 system. This will do.
I don't know. You put it here. That's what she would say.
Very
cool. That might be fun. That might be a fun little experiment. But then at the same time, as long as we, keep it, otherwise, I say, like, dimensions are the thing, right? Like, and there's just a bunch of junk, man. My mom, like, she's like a hoarder, dude. She's a hoarder. She's a very organized hoarder. There's a lot of stuff, but it's put away. But some of the stuff, I'm like, Mom, let's just get rid of this stuff. This is just. She's like, I like it though. I'm like, trust me. If we get something nice and big, you're gonna love that bigger screen. Dude, it's only got a 55 down there, right? Because that was like old, yeah.
Oh wow!
Because she had to get it to fit in between those that existing space.
If you could get a bigger screen while keeping it looking even cleaner, less cluttered, that's kind of a win.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna do. I think Michael was talking about the bug that Dirac Live has with the Onkyo. So the Onkyo RZ30, 50, and 70. So I'm not sure if that's cleared up or whatever. I know I still need to message him, but what do you call it? I might just do like a quick demonstration on how to use the toolkit and setting up an AVR.
Why, MW? Why are you being a negative Nancy over there? ALR screen cannot increase. I know it cannot. It's not the point. I'm just saying, I can watch TV with a projector, right, in a living room with a bunch of light coming in through all the windows that are in the living room, and the lights. I have like 4 can lights up there. All of them can be on, and we're watching stuff, and yeah, it's still great. So yeah,
your living room's pretty large.
Yeah. Hey, we watched you watched the Lucy scene, right? And you're all about black levels, but like, isn't that not an enjoyable experience? You got system and then big screen.
Yeah, no,
I mean, I think you were more impressed with that. You're like, damn, this is pretty bright.
Yeah, that was what your
That's the AWOL LTV 3500.
AWOL Vision. Yeah, I gotta contact those guys.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not. I think who was it? who's the guy who does a lot of projector reviews?
Projector reviews.
No, this guy is awesome. Shoot, I forgot the name of the channel, but he does the best projector reviews.
Oh, that one guy. That one guy. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You guys in the chat probably know. Not Majestic. I know Majestic. This guy does like he measures all of them. He reviews like 5 projectors at the same time. You know, does a comparison. Awesome. Anyway, he did a comparison between a TV and some of these new projectors, and a lot of times, you know, these projectors can do really well because TV also has glare. You got to remember, like, if there's something bright coming from the back, sometimes a light rejecting screen can do a good job of preventing that sort of thing. So yeah, there were some surprising results. Let me try to find his channel. Let's see, YouTube. Let's just see. I'll just say Projector Shootout. Projector Shootout. Not projector screen. Not the hookup. The hookup is a channel. Yeah, this guy's awesome. Yeah, I think he does all kinds of robot vacuums. What is this? He did one where he compared.
Yeah, show it.
Let me see. Here it is. Share. Present. Share. The hookup. So yeah, this guy is in my opinion, the best when it comes to reviewing projectors. And he has this 100-inch TV versus projector. QLED. So a lot of the typical things that you would expect, like the contrast on a TV is going to be better, you know, stuff that's typical. You're like, oh yeah, I get it. But there's some surprises, so you should check out this video. I'll link to it in our chat here. Share. Where the heck is it? Why does it make it so hard? Hold on. Okay. Anyway, MW is also saying some stuff about per listen.
Good stuff, bad stuff.
Saying, I started here. He said per listen, very narrow vertical and 10 kilohertz, 5 dB peak, very bright. I think the narrow vertical is on purpose. They're trying to use that little weird tweeter situation to control the reflections that are coming off the ceiling, things like that. Because a lot of people don't treat their ceilings, right? So I think that's on purpose. So yeah, that might be a criticism. As far as the 10 kilohertz, 5 dB peak, very bright. Let me take a look at the measurements and see. Aaron's audio corner, Aaron's, and then per listen S4B. Because from what I remember about the S4B, they're pretty much some of the best measuring speakers when it comes to directivity that I've ever seen. Horizontal directivity is just crazy. Let me see if this is the right one. All right, so present, share screen. All right, MW, let's see what's going on here. So these are the S4B. They got that weird tweeter situation here. That's the controlled vertical directivity. Okay, all right. See some measurements, Aaron. Okay, looking at the drivers. Wow, weird. Look at this directivity. Woo! And then he says above 10K, it's bright. So on axis is the black line where you're just directly on axis to it. Yeah, above even like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like above 4.5K, you can see it starts rising. But really, listening window is actually more indicative of what you hear, right? You're not like, let me be only on axis to this. You're gonna hear stuff off the sidewalls, things like that. So the green is more indicative, and it does have a rise here, but not 5 dB in the listening window. That's like 2 dB maybe. And this is the early reflection. So this is really, really, really what you get when you're sitting at the listening position. You're going to get direct sound combined with the sound bouncing off the sidewalls, and it's going to be mostly you're going to hear something like this. And that's why the blue line, this early reflections directivity, if you notice, if you did an overlay of this blue line, it's going to match up almost exactly with the estimated in-room response. So see this? So 5 dB above 10K, I would say no to that. So what are we saying here? He's saying anything else?
Look at Aaron's measurements.
No, because it's narrow concentrated dispersion. It is like the on axis. I don't know what you're referring to. This is a friendly debate, and you know what's great about measurements is like nothing personal. We're just talking about measurements that we see on here, and then maybe how you interpret the measurements. So what are we talking about? It's narrow concentrated dispersion. It is like the on axis. Talking about this black line. Well, if you were to say it's bright, so let's just say this, because we're looking at the data, because you see how this estimated in-room response is kind of more flat than some that are like have a slope that goes down more. You could say in your room that these can sound, tonally more bright because it doesn't have a downward slope, as much of a downward slope as maybe some other ones. So anyway, what else? He's saying, let's forget estimated in room because that's an estimate. Factually, on axis, it is bright. Forget the in room. That doesn't make any sense. Let's ignore everything then. No, you can't. We're looking at all the data, right? So
that's like me sending a song to a friend to check out. And I'm like, oh, by the way, like the bass is all off, and I haven't mixed it. So just the vocal. Just listen to the vocal. Just listen. Tell me if that's okay.
Yeah, and actually
ignore everything else.
It's actually
like a holistic approach.
And I know you're saying it's an estimate because it is calculated, but actually what you'll see is if you take an in-room measurement, right, above the transition region, right? So bass is different, but above the transition region, let's just say 500 hertz and up, it's almost always going to align with this estimated response, right? Unless your room is super weird, it's going to line very closely with that. So it's not, it makes sense. So anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. If he thinks it's bright, that's fine. But we're both looking at the data and we're just both interpreting the data. And so nothing personal on my end. I don't own any per listen. I don't have a per listen sweater.
Neither do I. Although I can't wait to get those subs going. I got 2 subs rolling in the studio. And it's in 1 10-inch sub already shakes the crap out of that central staircase. You know how you walk up the middle of the office? I wonder what 2 of those things are going to do.
So you just real quick. So MW, it's an estimate. It's not accurate. So Magic Beans, right? The app that I made, we measure near field and we measure at the listening position. So I can tell you that I have confirmed many times with various speakers that if I were to compare the estimated in-room response, also, like I just said, it's very similar to that early reflections measurement. The main listening position measurement correlates very closely. So the differentiator being the room could do different things, right? You may have the speaker right next to the sidewall. Well, that's going to change things, right? So it's not perfectly accurate, but if you have it, in a reasonable space without any weird random stuff happening, it should align. Yeah. But it is. You're correct in saying it's a estimate, right? That's why it's called the predicted in-room response or estimated in-room response, and not the actual in-room response. But I've taken enough actual in-room responses and compared it to say, yeah, that's a good estimate. So yeah, I think we're talking about the same thing. What are you guys saying in here? Control directivity and low distortion, neutral frequency response, flat and accurate in an anechoic environment. Yeah. See, me and MW, we agree. That's why I like this data. You know what I mean? If this was a subjective thing about cables, the whole show would be about us. We wouldn't agree on anything, just forever. It'd go on forever. But yeah, the directivity on these, I've compared. I have a chart of about 1,000 speakers that have been measured on the Clipple, and these are like almost. I think it might be at the very top when it comes to directivity. And in my estimate, my opinion is directivity index. The early reflections directivity index is most indicative of whether somebody will like a speaker or not, right? And if they still are too bright, maybe you just don't like that sound at your listening position. That early reflection directivity index being smooth means that you can EQ it however you want. Anyway, the end. End of my little rant there.
End rant.
By the way, I want to say, Chana, you're like one of the most reliable people I know.
What do you mean?
No, you're just reliable. I say, hey, it's podcast day. Doesn't matter unless you're like physically out somewhere in Vegas at CES. You're popping in. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I got a lot of. I've been at the house a couple of days. I gotta clean up to like make this place video ready. Gotta move some things around. There's a bunch of junk here before I had to like I was up till 2 a.m. moving a bunch of junk so I can get these speakers in. And and yeah, so actually I totally forgot about the podcast. I just brought all my cameras and stuff to shoot a video tonight after some equipment shows up because I got to make some more speaker on a sticks. So I had to get some more the little Ulanzi ball heads or stuff needed to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have 6 speaker on a sticks at the studio. So that was like all the original ones. So
you have to get more.
Yeah. I already bought the speakers. I bought the speakers like months ago. They've just been sitting there in the box because they're discontinued now. You can't find them anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
people ask me to buy mine.
Do they?
Yeah, they're like, hey, I see you have some extras. Can I buy them? I'm like, man, I don't know why they discontinued them.
I don't know either. Well. So actually, you know what's funny? I just got like 3 comments because of that video. What do you use for speaker stands for your height channels? Because I don't want to. What did he say? What kind of speaker stands are those for your height channels? I have Clips Reference Premiere, but I like the small form factor of those speakers you have, along with the stand that don't require me to drill holes in my wall. Speaker on a stick, baby. I'm telling you, man. There's got to be like a what do you call it? Got to make that thing. Got to make that thing a reality with like a speaker that's maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a 5 1/4 inch.
Yeah,
with like a 1 inch tweeter or something like that. We'll see. Oh, CSO. So. Hey, you guys, should left and right speakers level match individually or together? I always feel like left, right overpowers everything else when level matched individually. 80% of the time, they blast together anyway.
I don't get it because you want it to sound perceptually. In order to get a strong center image, your left speaker and your right speaker have to perceptually be the same level, right? If the left is a little bit too loud, your center image is going to go to the left, right? Same thing with the right. So whether they're both set at the same exact level is going to depend on the room, though, because let's say, for example, your left speaker is near a wall, it's getting all these reflections, and the did I say the right speaker's next to the wall, left speaker is like out in the open, it's not going to get all these reflections, which means that even if they're both getting the same exact power, you might need to turn the left speaker up more because it's not in the same place as the other one, or maybe it's further away from you, right? So I'm not saying they have to be both set to the same exact level, but they should measure the same SPL at your listening position.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
I want to know how to do a level match with two speakers going. Like, what are you aiming for? Because aren't you doubling the sound at that spot? So would it be?
Well, he's clarified. So he said, because I usually have my left and right minus 3 dB in center. So you're saying compared to the center channel, the left and right are too dominant. And what I found is if you properly level match, like if you don't rely solely on auto correction, right? Auto calibration, and if you use our toolkit and play the bandwidth limited pink noise, has to be the bandwidth limited one. So you don't want
the one in the level match section.
Yes, in the level match section, if you were to place a mic there and you measure them, they should all measure about the same level, right? Otherwise, you have to adjust it, and it will depend on the mix, right? So depending on the movie, they're going to be the ones who determine how much level is going to be in that center. But you know that your system is correct, right? So if they don't put enough volume in the center channel, that's not your fault. That's their fault. So, what's Paul saying over there? Yeah. But I think a lot of people do like to bump up the center channel a little bit. On my HTP1 processor, they do have like a dialogue enhance, and I think you'll see that on Denon and Rance and most other thing they have a dialogue enhancement feature, but that's because the mixes are usually needing a little help for the center channel. Yeah. Also, MW says maybe part of the response is lacking in the center. Yeah. Also, yeah, if you're getting a cancellation, yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. Look at this. Imagine watching a Nolan film with the center channel boosted, like being able to hear voices. Yeah, I saw an interview. They said that he said sometimes I don't want you to be able to hear what the dialogue is. Like it's part of the movie that you can't hear what they're saying. Okay, all right. He made it. He can do whatever he wants. But
that's so weird.
You want to. If you want to bump the center channel plus 10, you can if you want.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, really, is whatever works for you in your spot.
Yeah.
Like what's interesting about this, there's that bass management or loudness management on this Onkyo. Long time listener, first time commenter. Wait, is he signed in as Paul as opposed to Croissant? But yeah, loudness management is on the Onkyo as default. So yeah, I mean, that's nice to know. At least they called it the same thing as the Marantz Denon ones, as opposed to something else, some sort of compression situation. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna also crack into this Fire Stick 4K Max. Have you seen that thing?
I have one.
Oh, you have one? Does it work well?
They're a little slow compared to the other things that, if you're used to an Apple TV 4K, NVIDIA Shield's even a little faster in some ways, or like the Zadoo, they have faster chips. So it's fast for a Fire Stick, You know,
Huh.
like have you ever had a Fire Stick that's kind of old and you go to use it, you're like, holy crap, this thing is slow.
Oh,
You
okay.
know,
I've
I
never
don't know
owned
why
one.
they
I mean,
just
I
get
had.
slow after a while.
Mm,
But yeah,
okay.
it's fast for a Fire Stick. And what are you testing it because you heard that you could do lossless? No, what is
No,
the?
somebody asked me to check it out and make a video about it. I was like, okay. So I bought it like on some Black Friday sale, so or a
The Max?
Cyber Monday sale. Huh?
The Max?
Yeah, the
Like
Max. Yeah.
yeah. I think one of my projectors came with one.
Real.
Yeah, a lot of
Little
times,
bundle.
instead of building in the operating system and having to like figure out how to do that, they just
Okay.
have a little slot on the back and they send you a Fire Stick Max with it. Done. That's kind of smart.
Yeah. I mean, instead of just having them do the OS and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's not bad.
AWOL Vision. Vivid Storm. Hey, Vivid Storm has like one of those little situations as well.
They do.
The little roll up cabinet jobby.
Yeah. Yeah, Apple TV is really the fastest one. Their processor is just so much faster than everything else. I don't know. These the new Zadoo and Dune, like their new chips are pretty quick too. Not as fast, I wouldn't say, but they're pretty fast enough.
I tried messing around with that Arcana.
Oh yeah.
It won't send a signal through the AVR. So it's like you got to put the
Oh, it's gonna be on the output.
Yeah, it's on the output of the AVR. Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
I think you sure you don't have some weird setting?
No, what do you call it? I tried the Blu-ray player and the Roku and the Xbox straight to the Arcana to the TV. That works. But going through the AVR, maybe it's something with HDCP or something.
Yeah, I gotta show you. There's this Techno Dad video shows you how to properly set up the AVR.
Yeah,
It's like like a home theater's basics setup thing, and
something
you should
like
probably
that,
watch that one.
maybe, but yeah. So I got that going on. A lot of other stuff. A lot of stuff happening. And we're like, what is this? February? February is pretty much over. We're getting into Axpona's coming up in April. Oh,
you know why I haven't been making too many videos?
You've been
because I don't want to.
Because you don't want to.
No, I get weird when it comes to like new hobbies and stuff. So I have all this like stuff for car audio.
Oh, you're doing all car audio stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and when I jump into something, I just don't stop. You know what I mean? Like everything else stops. I'm just doing car audio stuff. I'm tuning it. I think I told you guys that I'm gonna enter a sound quality competition, first ever. And I have like, a lot of these guys, they get the Focal stuff, like all expensive drivers, like they spend a ton of money on their systems, tons. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go with like inexpensive stuff that's in there. And I want to rely heavily on Magic Beans and the tuning process. And I want to see how well I can do with the tuning. Right? I don't want anybody to say, oh, it's because you have the Focal, you have all this expensive stuff. That's why it sounds good. No, it doesn't sound good because of that. If it sounds good, it's because of the tune. Yeah, I'm using JL Audio Tune software, but
Yeah,
tuning meaning how I'm tuning it.
I mean, all right. So I know you told me this before. If I want to measure these speakers, should I just use Magic Beans and do like a near field in room or?
Oh, well, no. Magic Beans you have the pro version, so you can do a speaker response export, which shows you on axis, right? It'll show you the main listening position, then it'll show you directivity.
Yeah, didn't we do that with that big Bluetooth speaker thing?
Yeah, but that was a weird one to do, right?
Yeah,
like you're like, man, this directivity looks funky. I'm like, yeah, it's a table. You're reviewing a Bluetooth table.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't notice these RBHs actually having that 8-inch woofer off to the side on the bottom because it was all black and was like super dark in that room. I'm like, this is what's happening. I'm like, oh man. But yeah,
Yeah.
Tronic, can you do "Pin My Ride" by Joe and Tell?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
I have
look.
the score sheet. They have the score sheet for like the judges. They come in and then they see how good the imaging is, you know, where things are, and like it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, like the stuff that they say here. Sounds a little audiophile, you know.
Audiophile E.
The distance to stage, is it be well beyond the windshield? I'm like, I guess it depends on the recording.
I don't know. It depends on how you like it. Hey.
Hey, they do have a cool list of test tracks that I want to share with you guys because they got some great audio test tracks. Have you know that Tool one that's chocolate chip trip or something like that?
Tool?
Weird song. It says
Chocolate
Tool on
chip
it.
trip?
Yeah. It's like a weird song.
Oh, I'm listening to it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
Okay, so check it out. They do this one thing where there's like a beep that happens. It's just stereo, right? Or I don't know how they mix it. Maybe they made it binaural or something. But there's a beep that happens and it's like coming from behind here. Like what the heck? Like far. Check it out. What like I don't know. I want to know how they do that actually. David Cook, when is the Magic Beans Car Audio Edition dropping? I don't know if you're joking, but I'm kind of thinking like that's not a bad idea considering all the stuff that I'm doing. The only thing we would really need to do is in car audio, you're not tuning like an entire left speaker, right? You're tuning the tweeter, the mid range, the mid bass, right? So you're actually creating the entire speaker. So it's like a three-way active system, which means that if we did Magic Beans, we would need to be able to set crossover points. So like here's the target curve for the tweeter in this range. Here's the target curve for the mid range, you know, between, you know, whatever, 200 hertz to, 80 hertz to 200 hertz for the mid bass. You know, you have to be able to give target curves for not separate channels, but separate drivers. So that's, I'm considering it. I like the idea. What else?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I would like to do it actually. If I win, let's just say this: if I win this competition, I'll do it.
Oh, look out! Yeah, because then the proof is in the pudding. There's your pudding right there.
Yeah.
You're
So
like, I won.
the thing is, I don't know how crazy these other car setups
Oh,
are.
yeah, you haven't been there. You're out of the game.
You know, so like if you put your seat in the center, like if it's that crazy, you're gonna sound better. I mean, you're in the center of the speakers. I'm off to the left. You know, but I think tonality, I'm good. I'm confident. I'm confident going into this thing. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
might as well. It's all about doing like new stuff, right?
I like to put myself on the spot, right? It's kind of like when we did the show. We pretty much had one of the most inexpensive systems, right?
Oh, hands down.
And
it's like even if you had brought something else other than the stupid Arendals, heavy ass Arendals, those things probably cost the most. Oh, the amp.
Yeah.
No, the Arendals cost more.
Yeah.
The Arendals cost more.
So we did it kind of on purpose. Like, hey, let's not get all crazy. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot. My fault, because I'm like, let's not even do room treatment. But like next time I would do room treatment because those rooms are nasty.
They are.
They're worse than a regular room. You know, a regular room, at least you have like a couch and some stuff up. An empty room needs some treatment. That's all good. Our bass was on point.
Yeah, no, it was pretty amazing.
Remember the homie? I don't want to even say the name. They had some big old speakers, and then when we played the test track, the
Oh my
woofers
God.
bottomed out a little bit. Like, super expensive.
Well, yeah, it's super expensive. Who was it? Kimber Cable put out a video today on Instagram where it's like the average age of an audio. I keep forgetting the average age of an audiophile because the person that runs it is like, a younger. She's like 25. The guy's like, well, I'm 56, and she's like, and in my head I'm like, yeah. Most audiophile, I'm like, that's young for an audiophile. Most of them are in their 60s and they can't hear anything in their on the high register because they've been listening to so much music that all this like that room that you were in that you went and took a measurement real quick. You're like, these things are super bright. What the hell? It's like, yeah, they can't hear. They can't hear. Oh my God.
Why are you making fun of people who can't hear high frequencies?
Hey, well,
I even had I'm not super young, so I had the kids try to find all the rattles. So I was playing like some bass test tones in the van, right? And the rattles are hard to find because you have to play the test tone also pretty loud, right? So I'm playing like 60 hertz, something like that. And I told the kids, I'll give you $5. I'll give you $5 for every little rattle that you find in the car, because their hearing is better, right? Anyway,
yeah, no, totally. Their hearing is very better, a lot better, just sensitive. They just probably hear a hell of a lot more than we do.
It didn't work out though, because I started playing all these bass like sweeps and stuff like that, and they ended up just laying down in the back of the van and pretending it was a space shuttle. Okay. So I had to play along, whatever.
Yeah,
right. $5 for me. Marv says audio shows should have a. What is he saying over here? Audio shows should have a dedicated EQ plus 20 treble. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have maybe I'll make a Magic Beans, age. Like you put your age there. And then like depending on what age you put, like it boosts treble even more.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
That'd be a good April Fool's joke, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the thing is, I think what ends up happening though is you may not be able to hear high frequencies as well, but you kind of get used to that, right? So if you start boosting those up a little bit, I think somebody might, even with hearing loss, high frequency hearing loss, they still might be able to detect whether something is bright, because their entire world doesn't have high frequencies that are that bright. You know what I mean? So once you start going hearing aid mode on your EQ, it might be like, ooh.
That's like night mode, putting on all that compression, right? It needs to be lower. When you enter the showroom, you have to go to a hearing test room, and that graph shows on your entry badge. Hey, that would be great. That would be awesome. This is what frequencies your ears hear and don't hear. And then when people are like, oh man, did you hear those speakers? Blah blah blah. They were so awesome in room 345 or whatever. And then they'll look at your badge and be like, yeah, man, I don't buy that. I don't buy that they look that great or sound that great. That would be hilarious.
So put it this way, we're not super old. You and I don't think are super old, right? I'm sure we don't hear as well up to 20K. I don't think.
Yeah.
All those DJing days, I don't think so. But car audio playing them, no. So, but here's the thing. If you think about let's pretend you're not an audio reviewer and you're just like a normal person. You think of a hi-fi system, right? What the heck are you doing?
I'm getting a phone call right now, so I just letting them know I'm on the podcast. I'll call you back.
So okay. If you think of a hi-fi system, what do you think about? Like, you think about like the best hi-fi system you could ever imagine in your mind, and you're not a reviewer. What do you imagine that sound to be? What is it going to sound like?
I mean, it's in my mind, being prejudiced with that word audiophile or hi-fi, it'd be something that has really detailed mids and highs and no bass. But
No
if I
bass?
want, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's what,
Or is this
what? I
or the
mean, come on,
contrary
you know
and
what I'm
have
talking
no
about.
bass?
Like that's what like a hi-fi or an audiophile. Oh man, I got these new speakers. I'm like, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, it costs a lot. Okay, it probably doesn't have any bass, or you don't play any bass on it. So for
I
me,
think they
when
don't
you
play
say
bass
that, I
because they
would
have some big
want
speakers sometimes.
dude, the Focal Evo Utopias. I finally got to hear them, and then I had to wait 3 days for them to play my tracks, not my personal tracks, but tracks that I wanted to hear on them. And man, they sounded great.
Those are the
However,
felt ones.
no. These are the
Oh,
$300,000 ones. These are like
okay,
$250,000 ones. Yeah.
okay,
The big suckers, right? Those
okay.
big chunky white things that are like 400 pounds each. God, I wish I could just turn up the bass a little bit. They have 15s in them. Thing one each, and it sounded great. The room was pretty big. I could have like one, maybe two notches up on the bass, and I would have been like real happy, right?
Yeah,
But when I think of the word audiophile or hi-fi, like I kind of think about big ass speakers, like that, like those Focal Utopias, Grand
yeah,
Utopia Evos or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Paul says
What about
he
you?
thinks no distortion and high volume capable. That's all hi-fi is for me. They're all different kinds of different sounding systems. When I think of a hi-fi audiophile system, what I'm imagining is that I'm gonna listen to a track that I've heard many times, and then I'll start hearing details that I've just never heard. Right? Like, and the imaging is gonna do something like it's gonna present itself and it's holographic, and I'll be able to separate things out. Right? That's how they sell it to you, right?
Right.
And like it's just gonna present this thing that like an experience that I've never even experienced. Like if I listen to my speakers at home, I'll be like, well, it sounds good. But if I listen to a hi-fi system, I'm imagining based on how they're presenting it that it's gonna be just
Right.
like I was
Damn.
watching like a two-dimensional thing, and all of a sudden it's like three-dimensional,
Three-dimensional.
all these
Shit, it's like
instruments,
five-dimensional now,
and
right?
I feel like I'm there. Like all of a sudden, if I close my eyes, I'll get scared when I open my eyes because I thought I was in the place. You know what I mean?
You're totally transported to something else.
Transported, right? They say stuff like that. So, so think about it. If that's the expectation going into it, if you hear some stuff where there's a little bit of extra detail,
The
there's
inner
stuff that you never
details.
heard before, right?
Yeah.
Detail. There's the stuff that you never heard before. Like, oh, I've listened to that track so many times, but I never heard that thing. Well, I bet if you turn up the treble a little bit, you will. But I can imagine.
Perfect. One man's clarity is another man's distraction.
Yeah.
So clear and revealing. I could hear the drummer farting while he's hitting the snare drum. Like, really?
Yeah.
Do we need to do it? It's like, how much is enough? How much is enough? Because one thing I noticed, like hanging around with more mixers and like Grammy Award winning mixers and stuff like that, they always say like, oh yeah, sometimes the recording's got this stuff in it, I gotta hide it. But all the like hi-fi guys are like, oh no, my system's so revealing, you can hear what they don't want you to hear. Essentially, is what's happening, right? And I'm like, okay, you're like taking the fun out of it now, and like now you're just like, trying to find whatever mistakes happen in the recording just to be like, ooh, I can, like I can barely hear.
Like, you know how your
fingernails
Rodecaster
touching
does
the piano. like this, like ASMR.
Yeah.
You hear the fingernails.
You know how your mic and your Rodecaster, they all kind of do like noise canceling.
Yeah,
you know, they're trying to reveal that. They're like, you know what? You tried to hide that from me? How dare you?
yeah.
I'm gonna reveal
My
it.
system is so revealing.
You can't hide it. You can't hide it. I'm gonna bring it out. So that's what I imagine. So I can imagine that if somebody goes somewhere to a hi-fi show and they hear extra stuff because the treble's a little boosted, right? They call it like the showroom sound, right? And you know, a lot of times the imaging is good because you're like ideal placement. Like sit here, right here, and they have the speakers all, you know, optimally placed. But sometimes what ends up happening is you'll get a speaker that has some nasty, like weird directivity issues. So what ends up happening is like it'll start spraying stuff out to the side, and then you're like, "There's that holographic imaging that I'd never experienced before." Instead of it being just right here, now it's like all wild all over the place. Like, oh, I never heard that before. I'm like, yeah, it's not supposed to be like that. Anyway,
it's like Reverend Simple says it. A song doesn't get any better just because I can hear the singer inhale on the track. 100%. 100%. There's this like mouth detail that I always hear in this Portishead song when she goes,
oh,
right? That little bit of,
oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
like what the heck? Yeah, that's not necessary. That's not like it's not a cool thing to hear that. A, B, I'm not gonna be like telling people about that shit.
Maybe
like,
these guys, maybe these dudes are kind of like, maybe that's their fetish. Maybe they kind of get a little.
Maybe they should probably get into some ASMR.
There it is.
They would probably love that shit, dude. Especially with their $10,000 headphones, right?
I hear her lips smacking.
Yeah, man. I usually talk about
like my dude. That is called saliva.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
All right. Here. Michael, earwax gets compacted if your body produces too much oil. I never use Q-tips, but trust me, it makes a huge difference.
Hey, Angela's cousin actually, she said, "Hey, you know, on your podcast, you should talk about like ear cleaning." I'm like, I don't know.
I was just about to say,
I thought it was a bad idea, but here we are.
What do you call it? I remember when I was in Mammoth and I had this problem. I was just like, what's going on with my ear? And I come down and like, apparently I had this big ball of wax in my ear canal, and I went to urgent care and they flushed that sucker out. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of wax. And I'm like, hey, can you guys do the right one too? Because I hear a hell of a lot better. It was great. So, Michael, yeah.
Why don't you just clean your own damn ears, man? What are you talking about?
I use a Q-tip. But a Q-tip.
No, you're not supposed to use a Q-tip. It says on the Q-tip, it says not for use in ears. It says it right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is this? Some sort of conspiracy theory, Joe?
Yeah. Not for use in ears. Let me see.
That's too funny.
I looked it up. I just typed in Q-tip not for use in ears. And Michigan Medicine says the guidelines do not advise using Q-tips, pencil. Let me just share.
Pencils?
Here. Yeah. You think of the guidelines do not advise using Q-tips, pencils, keys, or anything smaller than your elbow. What
elbow?
What
are we supposed to stick our elbow in our ear? What the
no, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on.
Do not insert swab into ear canal. Oh my god, what the hell? What's this picture? What's the picture doing it into the ear canal? What the hell?
Yeah, you're not supposed to put them in your ears.
Oh man.
We've been doing it all. We've been doing. I don't know.
Who started this? Who started this nonsense? Damn it.
You guys need to get this, okay? Go on Amazon. It's gross, but you guys, if you care about your hearing, unless your ears are super dirty, then go to the doctor. You know what I mean? Yes. Michael Squires says Q-tips are for the external part, just around the side.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Not inside.
Correct.
But what a tease! You just play around with the outside. You never go in.
Yeah. Not even the tip. Don't use the Q-tip. So look at you can go on Amazon, all right, and then get this thing just if you want to see. I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. Never
What
listen to me when it comes to medical
Is that
advice.
a camera to stick in your ear?
Don't listen. I'm just talking. I'm ranting. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, you get this thing. It has like a little endoscope, little camera at the end, and you can actually see what's going on in there. And it's kind of crazy. You could see your eardrum. That thing looks like a little membrane. Very so. You don't want to go too far, but you can see if you have earwax in there, and they have like little scoops to scoop it out. Yeah, you can do something like that. Anyway, yeah, exactly. See, I don't know why people are so hard up on personal ear cleaning. I went to the ENT and he couldn't believe how clean. I don't get it because I clean my own ears, right? I'm sure if I went to the doctor, I'd be like, he'd look in, I can see your eardrum, you're good. There's nothing blocking it. Like, how clean do you want to get? You can't get any cleaner. You're not going to go and polish up your eardrum.
Squeaky clean.
What you can do also is if it's like you have crazy wax buildup in there, they have drops that you can put in your ear that kind of dissolve some of the wax. You may have to do that a few times. Yeah, you may have to do it a few times. But yeah, they have earwax. They're for kids. These are for kids.
Our boy Anthony Gramani recommended on a podcast to get your ears cleaned every 6 months. Hey, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I mean, you can get those
box or something like that.
You can get those ear like little shoot some water into your ear. I don't know what it's called.
And then Reverend Slim says, yeah, this is true too. You can use hydrogen peroxide and a rubber baby syringe, but it's not like the stuff isn't very expensive either.
Van Gogh was asking, what do you clean speakers with? This is what I clean speakers with, this giant Q-tip.
Hey.
It's a giant Q-tip.
It's not for use inside the ports. You can't put that in the ports.
I just totally did in the Callies. I put it in the port. Show them what not to do, okay? Show them what not to do. This is the Daily HiFi podcast. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
We gotta twist it.
No. Only on the Daily HiFi podcast where you hear and see this type of content. So, if you like serious stuff, if you want a serious conversation, technical conversation, you can go to another channel. But if you want to see how not to use Q-tips, only on the Daily HiFi podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just got this thing too because I'm like cleaning up the house over here.
Oh man.
Oh, man, I'm getting blown up over here. What's going on?
It's your video. It's that video that you made.
No, no, there's phone calls happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Chana's video about the 5 tips? It's all about the 5 tips. Not Q-tips.
Not the Q-tips. Great segue. Perlisten brand Q-tip. Oh god. Let's see here. Yeah, microfiber cloth. You push all the wax in that port.
This is what I use. I keep it at the side of my desk. A nice fluffy microfiber.
Yeah.
Clean up.
All right. So, what song? Van Gogh asked, what song would you play on that hi-fi system?
I gotta put that playlist. So you can look. Let me find it. Continue. What would you put on that playlist? Well, on the hi-fi system.
I mean, I have my own playlist. I got my playlist that I would. Where's my title? Tidal.com.
You know what I really like is I have reference systems. They say you should always have a reference system, and it doesn't have to be expensive. That doesn't imply expensive, but like if you get those Cali Audio LP UNFs, like those studio monitors. They're accurate. They have very good directivity, and you're near field, so you're not getting all these reflections. That's a reference system. You could listen to that, understand how a song's supposed to sound. Maybe not in the bass department unless you had a sub like I did, but you can hear how stuff is supposed to sound. Those are reference level speakers. And then you can go to a show and then play some of the tracks and see if it's doing anything different. If it's doing extra, then you know the system's doing extra, like extra treble. Anyway, let's see.
Yo, man, I'm live right now on a podcast. I'll call you back.
Share. Copy link.
I'm doing the same thing. Copy link to playlist.
Okay, so this one is called, let me label it here. The 2025 ICA official. Okay, that's Techno Death. So this is the one for the car audio competition. They have a list of tracks, and then the judges will go and use certain ones. But they have some awesome tracks on there. Not stuff that I would ever listen to, really. It's not like I would listen to that for enjoyment. But dang, the tracks are just extremely well recorded. And they got some weird ones on there.
And they got some bass, I would imagine, right?
They have bass tracks like where like they'll have a song that you wouldn't expect to have any bass, and then like a super low rumble. So I'm sure that these judges are in the car, they're listening. If they don't hear that rumble, they're like, sounds good.
It's like our car show music tracks. Is that?
Yeah, so this 2025 ICA official, you can find it on Qobuz, probably on Tidal. You can find it on different
I'm just sending an email to myself about it, so I have it.
Yeah, that thing is a weird track. It goes beep, beep. You hear this like weird beep behind you, and you're like, what the heck? You got to check it out. And then if you can figure out how they did it, that'd be cool too.
Okay, so should that answer the question? Anything on those tracks, that's where that's what I would do. I do have, and certain tracks, I'll listen for like imaging. Certain tracks I'll listen to on for bass. Some of them for some of them for just soundstage, like that. What is that? Hey Now, London Grammar. Damn, dude, like her voice is just like 3-dimensional, and then when the bass kicks in, like great. All that stuff's on my playlist there that I popped in, that Spotify playlist. I remember I made that, and you're like, hey, use this software to like port it over to all the other ones.
Oh yeah, what was that thing?
I forget.
I subscribe to it. I should know. Transfer music playlist. It is called Sound D's, like D's. Sound D's, Sound D-I-I-Z. Sound D's. Sound D's. Sound Ease. I don't know.
Sound is okay. Transfer playlist and favorite streaming services. Wow.
Yeah, it's this.
Very cool. Yeah.
You got it?
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. You want me to put it on screen?
Yeah.
You got it. Boom.
So if you have a playlist on one, you can have this automatically transferred to the other ones, syncs on a regular basis. That's kind of cool.
Yep.
Bodhi
says he just discovered London Grammar. Dude, I've been listening to them. They usually do a lot of like electronic stuff. So I've been playing their stuff for quite some time. David Cook asks, Chana, do you have any DJ mixes on Mixcloud? Actually, I do. I got a whole bunch from let's see, but it's Mixcloud Chana D. Do. I'll drop it in the chat right now.
Chana D's.
Nuts.
Yeah.
D-I-I mixes. And then I wonder if I have hi. Hi, we're doing the show right now.
Oh,
Just so you know.
do what thing?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Almost done. We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. She's like, it's okay, it's okay. That was my mom.
Yeah. While you're
remember these days when I used to be here all the time?
yeah, she misses you.
Yeah.
So this is that playlist that I linked to while you're looking for that. Three people describing position on soundstage. So it's just somebody saying, I'm on the left, I'm on the center, I'm on the right.
Oh, that one, yeah.
It's a good test.
It is.
You know, and they have reasons why they use each one of these. If you just listen to it, there's that chocolate chip trip. If you listen to it, you'll understand what they're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was hilarious though, because you'll see a lot of these, like, I don't know, some of these guys. A lot of them are more popular stuff. So you'll recognize it, but some of these I don't really know. But kind of audiophile stuff. But I thought this was funny, so I'm scrolling down. I'm like, all right, and then I see this one, "Pimp of the Year" by Drew Down. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
how's that a? What are you looking for in that one? I'm not sure. I thought it was funny. This other one, "Put On," Young Jeezy. That thing has some pretty nutty bass on there. All right. What are you going to show us, Chana? And then we should get out of here.
Well, I wasn't showing.
I thought you were
what?
going to show us sound mix cloud or something. No.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's on here. I just dropped it into the chat. Let's see here.
Okay.
This is yeah. These are all DJ mixes. This one's 3.5 hours. Oh, I can't play anything. Don't play. They all have like dates on them. I think what do you call it? I have a whole bunch. Here's New Year's Eve recording that I did. Julie and Marty's wedding. This one was pretty wild. And then this is from when I was DJing every week, pretty much at at Main Lodge in Mammoth Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I had a whole look at all these, man. I got a whole bunch. I think it just stops there. There's a lot more. It's only showing 15, but anyway, yeah, that was that. So David, there's that, and I also dropped in another one, and I'm working on the I'm working on getting the video ready from what didn't I played at Raider Stadium at CES, so I'm trying to finalize this video. I can just show a little bit of it.
Dun, 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 dun.
The hell did it go? Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Where is it? Where are you? Oh, here it is.
Hey, do you know that "Pimp of the Year" song?
I'm not sure which one. I think so. Yeah, I'm still working on finalizing this one. Me playing at Allegiant Stadium.
Can you AI some people in the crowd back there? That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I could yeah, back there, yeah. I think there's some stuff like in the front here where let's see. We see like Brandon be the installer and stuff like that. Oh, it's like over here somewhere.
What? My Michi amps are bricked after trying the VU meter update?
What?
That's not good. That's not good at all. Bricked? Or just like they need to update it? Or bricked? Because bricked is no good.
What happened? That's not good. Bricked is very bad. They doing anything about it, High Finest?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they're gonna have to do something. Better. I don't know.
Jeremy's hilarious. He's like, no one in Chana's life knows when the show is either. There's so many phone calls and shit happening right now. That's hilarious. No, it's not good. No. Oh
What the
man.
heck? That's crazy.
I had the Michi integrated. That thing was sexy. Amps won't turn on. Oh. And those things are heavy too. Which ones do you have? Do you have the 5, the X5, or like the which ones do you have? Do you have the S5 stereo amplifier?
I don't know what
Or
it
the
is about
mono?
that. I don't know what it is about that name that just sounds expensive.
Michi.
Yeah, I got the Michi. So, yeah, it sounds Italian or something, huh?
Sounds Italian. Nah, I got the Michi amp for
Yeah, I
the
got the Michi ones.
Sonata
Oh,
Faber.
yeah. See,
Mamma Mia.
I think anytime that you have like that Italian sounding thing.
He seems a little calmer than I would be. Yeah, no.
That's funny. That's
Billy
funny.
P would be all up in arms.
Yeah, what Billy P? If you had your Macintosh gear just all of a sudden not work
Yeah, that would be no good.
after
No
an
good
update.
at all. MW says, Chana, can you do more high-end PA speaker reviews like Myers and L Acoustics? So
Yeah, please do.
The L Acoustics folks, I wasn't able to really connect with, but the Myers sound people love me. And as soon as I saw Daniel from Myers Sound, because Joe and I were like, we met him last year. He's like, hey, dude, what's up, man? Let's do something. Let's do something. Like, that was the first thing he said to me. He's like, where's the... She's like, he points her out. He's like, hey, look who's here. We got to do something. So far they want to send me first of all, they have a new PA that is monstrous, like monstrous. You know, we saw the 20s, right? Those little thin ones with the 5.
Yeah.
And then the 40s had like, was it the 8-inch? And so the new ones have like a 10-inch or something like that. Dude, it's giant.
Do they not have a line array?
It is. No, they totally do. Yeah, they totally do.
Tell them you want the line array, right? You don't want.
Dude, those things are even bigger. That's that Panther shit that we saw. That like each line array is like this big.
Oh,
it's
no.
Huge. Like, dude, like we're talking.
It's not like one of those thin. It's not the thin one.
No, no. It's not like the portable line arrays that EV was doing. No. This is like,
you don't want one of those. It's the ones you hang.
They're doing all the sound for the Metallica tour is all Meyer Sound Panther. Those things are huge. And then and so is the Ed Sheeran's tour. So it's crazy. I did hear L Acoustics. So apparently I saw an ad. So John Summit is this DJ I've been following for a while. I usually buy his music and play it. I went to go see him for the first time at LA Forum. And then months later, I see a video saying John Summit chooses L Acoustics. So I heard a banging L Acoustics setup at the Forum. And man, we had floor seats and I had to stay in the back because it was fucking loud. It was just loud. And I forgot to bring earplugs and I was kind of pissed about it. But I would love to. L Acoustics, the only thing, so with Meyer Sound, they are planning on sending me their Amis, which are the studio monitors and a 15-inch sub that goes along with it, or 12-inch sub. What is it? What is it called? Meyer Sound. Maybe
you should do a video five tips when looking for a pro audio system.
Dude, yeah, no. Here, I know Sweetwater's got it. Meyer Sound. Well, I'll show you the setup that they were wanting to send me. Here it is. So where's this? Present. So this is the setup they're going to send me. This is it right here. The 2 speakers and the subwoofer. Yeah, not for me. Maybe for you.
No,
maybe for you.
No, actually, that's
you know what? All the way down to 25 hertz. So 15-inch. So it's funny when you see these things. It's just ridiculous, dude. These are 6.5-inch drivers on the the monitors. I believe that's what it is. And yeah, 6.5-inch long extrusion cone woofers, and then this 15. It's like, what the heck? And they
14G.
have LFE, so you can run it as LFE or base managed, or base management plus LFE. So there's a lot of like, oh, you know what? They actually had this on display this time. Did you notice that? You didn't go in, did you?
No, I was only there for a day, but
Oh, yeah.
14Gs. I'm still stuck on the 14Gs part.
Yeah. I mean,
No.
if you look at like the other stuff, like let's see. Go back. So we heard these, Joe. Ah, where'd it go?
Yeah, no, I know. I like those other ones.
These ones, the 40s with the L. We heard a pair of these. We heard this exact setup.
Yeah, those sounded really good.
No. You know what would be great? I know the people at the show were talking about, hey, Chana, do you want to here? Boom! Look at this. Here, let's do a little dreaming, shall we? Let's dream a little bit, Joe. Let's dream a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
Boom, boom. What do we need? 3 pairs of those. All right. Let's get into this. Come on. Let's get into this. Okay. So if I wanted to,
you're gonna go buy some cables one time and go check out and accidentally buy that whole thing.
Boom. Here, let's. Okay. So if I wanted to do a 916 in the studio, it'll be the price of a luxury car.
and I hate to do this, but not really. But there's measurements for those.
Yeah,
right here. If you go to Spinorama. All right. This is not spelled correctly. Amy.
Yeah, Amy. Yeah, it's AMIE. I mean, it still sounds.
Oh, there it is. It's spelled correctly here. So on axis. All right. Okay, it's a little spiky. All right.
Yeah.
I remember I'm always looking directivity. It's okay. That's not. What's going on here? For that price, I'm expecting perfection.
Right.
And I don't see perfection. Yeah, no, I'm not impressed with that. Let's see. But they optimize on axis because they're using DSP. Good. But yeah, see, this is what's causing it. I think the vertical ceiling bounce is causing that dip around there. I mean, there's nothing that okay. I'm gonna be critical. I like those guys, but that price, you got to be critical, right? The activity. I guess what I'm looking for is oh, it doesn't show it on this particular one. I would want to know the distortion levels, but like, let me go back. Here's the ones I use. Cali LP. This thing, $150. Let's see what this one looks like.
They're probably very good.
Oh, look at this directivity.
Oh, look at that. It's not that bad. Look, it's still peaky, but it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it's just right here in the base area. Isn't this run on axis? Okay. Anyway, yeah, this still has a vertical thing, but this is $150, $300 for a pair. So I'm not going to be as critical. Anyway, should we get up out of here? We're at an hour and a half. You're getting a ton of calls.
Yeah, I got to shoot this video too. I was hoping to have it out tomorrow, but I don't know. 5:30. I got like 8 o'clock gym session tomorrow morning. I don't know if that's gonna work. But yeah, when we get out of here.
Yep. My stomach's growling too. So.
Oh yeah,
let's get out of here. Let's do our outro. I'm happy to hang out with you, as well as everybody in the chat who's saying, playing along. with a, you know, China's Q-tip situation over there. So
that was great. That was perfectly timed. I just bought that thing too to clean up around here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to join the after show, hop into go to crew.dailyhifi.com, become a member, and then you can do this after the show. You can watch me clean other stuff and talk about other shit. Buy some merch, support the channel. Go to shop.dailyhifi.com. Of course, there is the spatial audio calibration toolkit. You can pick that up at spatialcd.com. Why is that not on here?
I don't know. It needs to be on there. Man, you know, I'm finding out because we made it, right? So we already know, like, does this, but I keep hearing back from people like, man, this is really helpful. And now I understand because I'm doing the car audio stuff. And with the car audio, I got some crazy measurement gear. But at the end of the day, one mic for timing or levels is not the same as your two ears. A mic here that represents your two ears is not the same as here, because look, my ear's here, other ears here. That timing difference is a difference, right? And when you use our toolkit for like level matching and delays, you know, you can really dial it in. It's just like a few notches, just maybe one button press. You're like, oh, that sounds even better. So
yeah,
I gotta say, I'm impressed that people are able to use it to really improve their systems. Binaural.
Yeah, I'm super happy. I'm super happy.
All right.
I'm super happy about it. All right. If you want to watch or listen to the podcast, go to anchor.fm/dailyhifi. And yeah, on behalf of myself, Joe, and Mr. Aaron, who couldn't be here tonight, Mr. Hardison, we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.